In this video, we will build a Fabric app and deploy it to Microsoft Fabric. The app will have a front-end, backend, database, and we'll also build a Power BI report. We'll be using this Rayfin CLI to scaffold and deploy, and we will use GitHub CLI to write the code. If you want to follow along, refer this step-by-step blog post. I'll provide the link in the description. Before we start, here is what we will build by end of this video. This is an expense tracker running inside Microsoft Fabric. I signed in using my Microsoft account. I can come here and add a new expense. Okay, I'm filling the details. And once I click on add expense, the total updates instantly. The data is stored in the Fabric SQL database that the platform created for us. And because the data lives in Fabric, the same expenses are already available to Power BI to generate a report. This is what we are building. Let's start from the scratch. Okay, so there are three components we will use in this demo. One is Fabric Apps. So Fabric Apps is a preview feature at this point of time. This is for building a data-driven apps. You define your data model in TypeScript. Fabric generates the database, APIs, authentication, and hosting, and it uses Microsoft Entra ID for authentication. And then coming to Rayfin, Rayfin is a CLI, command line interface. It helps you scaffold and deploy Fabric apps. And the best part is that we will be using a coding agent. I'll be using GitHub CLI as an AI agent. We will use it to write the data model and the UI from using a simple prompt. Okay. Now, a quick note for Power Platform developers: if you have built a Power Apps code app, right, a Fabric app will feel familiar. Both lets you write a real React plus TypeScript app. Both use a CLI, and both give you a Microsoft Entra ID sign-in out of the box. So the difference is where the app and data live. For Power Apps code app, because it's built on top of Power Platform, the data stores in Dataverse, whereas Fabric app, right, it runs in Microsoft Fabric, and the data lives in Fabric SQL database. Okay, and to get started, right, there are a few prerequisites. One is that you need a work or school account for this to use. I'm using my Power Platform Developer Plan account. You can use if you have it. Otherwise, you can get a free account. And then you need to have a Node.js installed on your machine. And I'll be using VS Code for code, and also I'll be using GitHub CLI. And if you don't have GitHub CLI, you can also use the same thing with Cloud Code also. If you don't have, just go ahead and install it. And the next important thing is a Fabric. You need to have a Fabric subscription and Fabric capacity. So for this demo, what I did, I'll show you how to sign up for a trial Fabric. Okay, you need to use that Office account, so Microsoft School account or work account. Sign into app.fabric.microsoft.com, and if you go top right corner, right, so because I already subscribed, so I'm not getting the button, but otherwise you will have a button called free trial. So go ahead and click on the free trial. So then make sure you pick the right region, because so one thing, I faced issue right initially, so I accidentally created in a different region where this Fabric apps were not available, so I faced issues. So make sure you create this trial right into the available region, so where these Fabric apps are available. You can find the list of availability here. And I'm using this West US, so this is where Fabric app also made available. So you can also choose that West US. Okay, and once you have the once you opt for a Fabric trial subscription, the next thing is you need to enable enable Fabric apps, right? So you go to admin settings and come here and say turn on this flag so that you can start building the Fabric apps. And also this is one more prerequisite. Okay, so once you have that, so the next thing we need to create a workspace. So go ahead and create a workspace. I already have a workspace, but I'll show you how to create. So you come here, workspaces, and click on new workspace, and you can provide the details. So let me create a new workspace. and here choose the Fabric trial. And one more thing, right? Probably if you have subscribed for a Fabric trial, you might want to wait for a few minutes to get this Fabric trial enabled. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, leave everything as is and go for click on apply. Okay, so now this is the blank workspace with the Fabric capacity added, and we are good from the Fabric side of things. Okay, so let's jump onto that building the app. So for that, I'll be opening a VS Code. So if you see the VS Code, it's a blank. It doesn't have anything. So let's go and trigger this command, npm create. So now it'll. So what we are doing, right? We are installing a node package manager for Rayfin, and then it will go ahead and ask us that what is the template we want to build. So what are the options we want to start with? I'm using a template because it's easy. If you want, you can explore other options. Let me go ahead with the template. And here, if you want to explore how this works and all, right, I mean, this is what I followed in my blog post also. I used a to-do app like option 3. But for now, I'll be using this option 1, the blank app, and then I'll prompt to create a expense application. So let's go ahead and pick option 1 and give a project name. I'm calling it as my expense tracker. Okay, so it will install the dependencies and everything. Okay, so I fast forwarded this step, otherwise it would take roughly 1 minute. And notice that there is this .agents folder, and then you see this Rayfin skill got created here, and also all the modules got installed. And you have a message project created successfully. And at this point, right, you can do npm run dev and see that the sample app, how this looks like locally. But what I'll be doing, I'm switching to Copilot. Okay, so now in my Copilot CLI, right, I just prompted this. It's a simple prompt. What I'm asking is like build a sample small expense tracker, and with this data model here. I'll share this prompt in the description of this video. Okay, so basically what it is doing, right? It'll this GitHub CLI, it'll be referring to the available skill.md file here from the Rayfin, and then it will do all the scaffolding and everything. So the interesting part, right, if you see, it will go ahead and create a schema file for us. That is what the concept of Rayfin. It's like a backend as a service, meaning that you define the model here. So like we mentioned that I want this table entity expense, all this information. Now these details, it would be converted into backend as a service, meaning that you will have a TypeScript file soon with the data model and everything. And then so there are standard Rayfin commands like a sign in, sign out, and also there is a up command which deploys the app. Okay, so just give it some time. Okay, so as you notice, it is creating the screens for us. And one important thing is if you go to Rayfin folder and if you go to under data, you will see this the TypeScript file with the data model here, like the object. We want to have a table with the name, expense, and all these columns. So so this has been created as a TypeScript file. And then when we push this app into Fabric, this gets converted into a table. So that we will see once we deploy this to Fabric. Okay, so now if you see, right, this it has completed it, and there are no build errors and all. So now we can ask if you see, right, so it is asking that looks good, and run this npx Rayfin up to deploy or push it to Fabric. So now I'm just saying go ahead and deploy. Yeah, and it instantly called this the Rayfin CLI command called up. Now at this point, right, it'll ask us to sign in to the Fabric subscription. Okay, so it is asking us that, so we need to tell that, right, on which Fabric subscription and which workspace this app needs to be deployed. So it is asking that, okay, what is that we're going to provide? So I'm saying workspace name. If you are, okay, so run Rayfin login first, yes. Okay, so now it is asking the workspace name, and what is the workspace name? The workspace name is Rayfin YT. This is what we're given as a workspace name at the start of the video. Okay, as you see, right, it is calling that Rayfin login CLI command. Okay, so I've completed the authentication. Now, if we go back, it'll go ahead and uh, call the up command. Okay, so as you notice, it is calling that Rayfin up command. So soon we will, in our workspace, we'll have this app database and also the analytics endpoint. Okay, so it has created the app. Yeah, and the database has been created, and now we will also get an analytics endpoint. Yeah, so we got all the components, and now at this point, if you want, right, you can click on this. Okay, so now this is our app. So now there are no items created, so the total is 0. So let me go ahead and add that groceries 100. It's a household, and just add an expense. Okay, now if you see, right, we made one entry. Now if I go back to uh, the workspace, and I can go to that database, and I can see the under the tables, I'll see the record that has been created. Um, okay, and here you can start writing the queries and all if you want to filter the data. Now I'll quickly show you how you can create a report. So now if you come here, right, top right corner, you can switch to endpoint, SQL Analytics and endpoint. So come here and create a new semantic model. I'll say expense tracker SM semantic model, and yeah, probably I'll need all these tables. And okay, so that semantic model got created, and then yeah, you can see that semantic model here in your workspace. You can click on this. It will open up okay, so now at this point, right, I mean, if you want, you can add measures and all these things, or if you want to establish a relationships, right? So between these two tables, you can go ahead and create a relationship between these two tables. But yeah, for this, I'm not going to do any of that. So let me go back. Uh, Okay, so now how to generate a report, right? So now from here, because we have the semantic model, now I come here, and then I have options to generate the report. So there is a report, create report, right? It'll open the blank report, or you have two options to generate auto reports. So now I'm going with auto create report. Okay, yeah, it has created this the boilerplate report template, and of course it has only one record, so that's why you're not seeing all the graphs rendered and all. But hope you got the idea how to create a report. Now, if you want any changes or adjustments, right, you can come here and you can start prompting that, okay, but probably you would need a different layout, or you would need a different multiple screens or all this stuff, right? You can come here and start prompting so that the skills comes into place, and the GitHub CLI would help you to create the React code, all these things. And once you are fine, and then you can start either you can by yourself call this npx rayfin up command, or you can also ask GitHub CLI to deploy the latest changes. So now that's how you can build an iterative app till you get a satisfactory result. Now you got an idea, right? So the Fabric app, it's okay. I'll just quickly summarize what we did. So initially, we went ahead with a Fabric trial. In the Fabric trial, we created a workspace, and the workspace we pointed to the Fabric capacity, and then we came here and we build using VS Code. We started with a couple of commands. The first command is that npm create the Rayfin latest. So now this it asked us to choose the template and everything. So we went ahead with the template option and also that blank app option, and then it create a basic scaffolding, and then we opened GitHub CLI session, and then we went ahead and given a prompt that build me expense tracker with the data model, a simplest data model. So then so the GitHub CLI used the skills, available skills here, and then it created a data model here in a file format. This is like a backend as a service concept. And after that, it went ahead and created the files, all the files, pages, hooks, and everything required. And then so when we asked GitHub CLI to deploy the app, and then it captured some details like what is that the Fabric subscription and also the workspace name. We have provided all, and also we completed the sign-in. Once post sign-in, the app has been published to the Fabric workspace, and then here we can come here and start browsing the app. Okay, so now start adding the records. So immediately the record gets stored into the database behind the scenes, and also we can create a semantic model out of it based on the tables, and using the semantic model we can create a report. Okay, we can build a quick report or a blank report. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover. Hope you got some basic idea of what is a Fabric app and how the Rayfin is helping building it. Thank you.